Welcome to the Weird Girls Club with Niamh
and Amy.
Now grab a cuppa
Or something stronger.
and let's get into it. We're back.
Another episode of the Weird Girls Club.
Yeah. And today is episode 20.
Special day. Very
Yeah.
special day. We have our very first guest, Ryan Collins.
Hello. This is
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Ryan.
no worries at all. What's going on?
So we're going to be talking a load of shite to you.
I love talking shite.
It's the best thing. It's a proper Dublin thing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I literally talk shite every day. Even when I try not to talk shite, I'm always
But, like-
talking shite.
When you're a hairdresser though, like that's part of it though, isn't it? Like you just eat ears off people as well.
100%. Yeah, a big part of my job is literally to just talk. And like it's so funny because like sometimes I'll go home from work from like a busy day and I'll get into an Uber or whatever. I'll come home to Robert and people just start talking to me, and I must seem so rude because I'm like, I've literally been talking all day about shite. I don't want to talk to anyone anymore. Not until I get to work tomorrow. Yeah, so it's great now. Like the stories that you hear and like the shit that you talk about, like some of the conversations that I have with my clients are like mad. Like so, like sometimes I come home to Robert, I'm like, oh my god, right now I tell you what this client said, and right now I tell you what that client said, and he gets air bashing of all the bleeding shit that goes on.
Poor Rob, God love him.
Have you any crazy stories that you want to share?
Like crazy
Not
stories.
to put you on the spot, but like you don't have to obviously name anyone. But like, have you any mad experience of someone just? Because I feel like in that industry, everyone comes with their goss and they just tell you everything.
Yeah. Oh god, let me think. I can't think off the top of my head like any mad like. Actually, you know, I have a real funny story, and it's a little bit TMI, and it's a little bit dirty, but I will tell you anyways.
Don't hold
I had
back.
this one client. I used to obviously work in Peter Mark back in Ireland, and I had this one client who was in my chair, and she said that she was going out that night or whatever. So it's just blow drying her hair. And as a hairstylist, when you're over someone's shoulder and they're on their phone, I don't care what anyone says, you always have a little peep. I'm staring at her phone, right? And she's like texting this fella on her phone. So I'm blow drying her hair, minding my own business. And she's texting this random guy, I don't know who he is. But she's kind of like I don't know if like you can see what like pulling her phone to her chest. And,
She like is conscious of you behind her and so
you know, yeah. So you know what I mean. So I'm obviously peeping over the shoulder, checking what's going on, and she's like kind of like texting like this, and I'm like, so weird. Like you're obviously trying to hide something from me. That's going to make me want to look even more now.
Yeah.
So,
Because she's talking about you.
No, well, no, wait to hear this. So I thought initially that she was talking about me. I was like, oh, here. So I'm like eyeballing her phone, and she starts getting real like flustered and red, but she's like trying to like hide her phone from me. So she goes, sorry, do you mind if I just run to the toilet for a second? So I'm like, yeah, no worries. So I tie her hair up there. Half her hair was wet. Tie her hair up, and off she goes to the toilet. And I'm standing at my station. Like I literally, in Peter Mark, you only got half an hour for a blow dry. So every minute counts. So I'm waiting on her. She's in there. 5 minutes passes. Nothing. 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. She's in there for 15 minutes, right? She comes out, big red mush on her, right? And she sits back down. And the guy...
I have so many like things going through my head of where this is going. Yeah, I know.
So I look, I'm obviously then like even more intrigued at what she's fucking texting this fella about. So I have a look and I see this picture come through of... it's not a picture of her that she took of herself in the bathroom, but it's another picture, and it's her lying on a bed with her legs like spread eagle open, but she kind of pulls up real close. So I see this picture of her in her nudes, and she's fully flustered, like God knows what she was doing with herself in the toilet. I don't know, but she was full blown sexing this fella in me see, but then kept like kind of pulling her phone up and going red. But then she went to the toilet for like 15 minutes to do God knows what. But I was like, I just wanted her to leave. I was like, please, you shouldn't be here right now. You need to be at home in your own privacy.
Oh my God.
Dude, oh my god.
I
Like, if you do it, have the balls and just text. Like,
Yeah.
imagine sending pictures. Like, I would be mortified.
She's probably doing handstands in the bleeding bathroom.
Oh, seriously, I was like, and then when she came out, then I was like thinking all day. I was like, oh, what was she doing in that bathroom? Like, and then I had to bleed in the mirror and like touch her hair and all was wrong. But no, I've definitely like a lot of stories that has happened with me to a client. But like clients telling me crazy stories. Like, yeah, I've loads, but I don't really remember, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like in the moment as well, like you kind of go, that's mad.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, you get to hear all, like, you meet all walks of life as a hairstylist. Like, you meet every single type of person. So it's natural that you just hear mad stories, and like just like mad shit happens when you're in the salon as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's like,
But
not surprises you then, like you've almost heard it all in a sense.
yeah.
Yeah, you will be surprised though sometimes.
Yeah, but when you're in the hairdressers, like, you do talk to your hairdresser, like, do you know what I mean? Because you feel like, I know some people like to go to the hairdressers and like not talk, but like, I think if, especially Irish people, like, we love clapping the ears off each other, like, do you know that kind of way?
yeah.
I think so. I think there's an element of it as well, though. Like, and this is worldwide, like not just Ireland. When a client sits down in your seat, they instantly feel like they have this like, it's like an open book. Like, they sit down, they fully trust you. Obviously, like, you're doing their hair, and it's a kind of a space that they have where they can just fully open up and just be who they want to be, and just tell you whatever they want to tell you. And clients will tell you that. Like, clients will be like, "Oh my God, I love coming to the hair salon because I just can talk to you about anything. Like, I don't have any like worries. I just sit here and I'm going to leave feeling great." And like, the relationship between a client and a hairstylist is mad. Like, there's some stories that I haven't even told my family, or stories that I haven't even told my friends, and I've told my clients. Just things about like me and Robert, or things like just random things that I would never really open up to a lot of other people, but like there's certain clients that I would. So, and they have that same kind of vibe with me as well. So naturally you do get those like mad conversations that you hear about all that gossip and their ex-boyfriends and all of that. But yeah, no, it's great. Like, I love it because it's a nice space for me also to share my story and talk and get whatever I have off my chest, and vice versa with the client too.
It's like therapy, isn't it?
Literally, you took the word.
No, it really is like therapy, and that's what it is. Like, it's like hairdressing is a form of therapy, and I know it's obviously a huge statement to me because therapists go like, they can spend years and years doing what they do, but clients will say like, I literally feel like when I speak to my hairstylist or when I leave the salon, I feel like there's a major weight off my shoulders, and it is it's a form of therapy for some people.
Yeah, because you have that such a line of trust with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're letting someone do your hair.
Yeah, and like,
do you know what I mean? Like,
everyone says.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. Like, when it comes to women's hair, like, that's like and men's hair as well, not just women, but like that's like their, for want of a better word, the crown that they never take off. They have it on all day, every day, and like, to trust this person with your hair, and to trust, like, yeah, right, I'm going to put everything that I have into you, and I'm going to allow you to do whatever you want, and you are going to be the decider on how I walk around and what I look like. So it is a major level of trust that clients have to put into their hairstylist. So naturally, when you are in that kind of environment, you do open up a lot.
Yeah, because they trust you, and then you kind of learn to trust them because they're so open with you. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think we just have like random little fun questions, because we don't really we do the odd like serious podcast, but like,
We like to keep it chill.
yeah, we like to keep it chill, and Amy's after coming up with loads of questions.
Do you want to actually ask them?
I'll have some of them, yeah.
Because my contact's just wiggling a bit.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
She had her contact in, and she was reading the screen earlier, and she was like, I can't read that. And I was like, have you got your contacts in? And she was like, yeah, but that writing's too small. I was like, well, that's the point of a fucking contact, so you can read.
So I was like,
Yeah, sorry, my eyes fall now. Hang on 1 second.
Just touch up the eyeball there, touch up the eyeball.
She was calling herself the other week Mad Eye Moody. You know Harry Potter?
From Harry Potter?
Yeah.
because was it a pot? We were filming something and it just came out mid podcast. Like I had it in for like all day, and I was like,
Just popped out.
moving it around to put it back in place, and then next one I was like, right, we need to pause this. 'Cause I need to put my glasses on.
Yeah, but then
because it just popped out.
But then you imitated fucking Mad Eye Moon. She's like, Harry, is that you?
Oh my god, that reminds me. I was out on a night out one time where a few of the girls from work, and one of my bosses was wearing like our contact lenses, and we were wrecking it, and we were swinging around dance floor, and I don't know how, but I flicked her in the eye by accident, but our contact lens flew out, and she couldn't find it. She was like, "The contact." Obviously, like you're in a nightclub, you'll never find that contact there.
Like
but
from a movie. Oh, I'm
just
just
go around. Literally, I don't even know how it happened. I just flicked our contact lens over.
weird things happen, and like that you'll just like be like, oh, there's something in my eye, and the next one, no, it's actually our contact's just chilling on like the top of your cheek.
That's so annoying.
It's weird. It's like after a while, it's just like, right, we're done for the day. We're sliding down.
Yeah, but like if one falls out, does it not feel weird in your eyes? Like that you can see out one, you can't see out the
Yeah,
other.
it like fucks up your vision kind of because you need the two of them to see.
So Ryan just fucked up some young one's night. Fucking flicking her contact. She couldn't see where she was.
Yeah, I didn't blind her. Well, I think we did in a way.
Did for the night, temporary.
Right, so we're going to jump into these random questions. So the first one is, and try answer them as if, like, don't put too much thought into them, because me and Amy put way too much thought into. We've answered these before and we put way too much thought in them, and then we keep going back and back and back.
Are you going to do rapid fire questions?
What? We have fire questions.
We have fire questions.
We have fire
afterwards.
questions at the end, but these are more like you can just give an answer, like, but like.
Okay.
You want to take it seriously, take it seriously. I get real into it.
Right, okay.
I pretend as if it's going to happen.
She
like,
thinks she's going to like, this is her ride or die, like this is the Bible
but
she's
that's how
writing.
you need to look at it. Like, these are your only options. Dave's like, I just wouldn't. And I'm like, that's not, that,
Oh my
like,
God. Yeah,
right,
right.
end of conversation, then move on.
Right, your first one is, what's your death row meal if you were to have one? So if you're on death row.
So death row means like your last ever meal, right?
Yeah, but like in that row, they'll go out and get Anne for you. So like you want
No
your
limit.
mat cookie, a stew, or you want like the whole McDonald's menu, go for it.
Right. If I was on death row, what would I eat? Me last thing. Oh shit, I don't know. I'd probably just fuck it, I'm gonna die anyways. I'd probably have like the spiciest chicken wings that has ever happened in life.
Really?
Just to see what it's like. Because I'm gonna die anyway, so just shoot me if it's too much. Like if I'm in too much pain, just put me out my misery. So
You want that before it, like no.
Or your chicken wings your starter.
Oh, do I have courses?
3 course, yeah. Any drink.
I had every cuisine possible.
She did a 5-course meal this one.
Right, if I was to have 3 courses, then the first course would probably be oh fuck me, I don't know.
Hard, isn't
It's
it?
hard.
Maeve knew her straight away. She's like, a steak from this restaurant, and I was like, I feel depressed now because I don't know what a decent meal is that I've ever had in my life.
I'd probably, for starters, I know it's a main, but I'll do like me ma Sunday roast.
Yeah.
Then for me main, I'd probably be stuffed after that. But me main would probably be me. Oh God, I'd probably do like a real expensive steak, like from like a super expensive restaurant, like what the highest like price steak on the menu.
I go, wow.
And then for me dessert, it's not really dessert, but I'd probably do a chicken wing. A real spicy chicken wing.
Say chicken wing.
Make me hot chicken
I thought he was going to say cheesecake or something. He was like, fuck it, chicken wing. What would you have to drink?
What would I have to drink?
have alcohol or whatever you want.
We're very nice in this prison.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, sign me up. I want. For drinks, I don't know. See, like, I don't want to be a basic bitch and just say water. Because like, what's the I suppose what's the point in any of it if that's the case?
Yeah.
I would probably do like a real nice red wine, like a bottle of red wine.
Oh, nice.
And
That'd be
just
nice.
get real drunk.
Yeah, you'd want to be
That's
drunk.
what I said.
You're fucking going to your death. It'd be like fucking dig into me veins.
He's like, sorry, you're too drunk. We can't give you the injection. We'll try again tomorrow.
I'd do like a real nice bottle of red wine, like they're fancy. Fine. I'd took the cunt's dry. They're about to kill me, so they better not have a penny with all the food that I'm being over.
Yeah, you need to like Google the name so you make sure it's like a real expensive wine.
Yeah.
It's not just fucking something
Most
off the bottom
expensive.
shelf.
I'll get prepared just in case. JIC.
I know, like, you know, like write it down, like put your name on the front of it, you know, just in case. If Rob needs to find it, it's in the bottom drawer of the locker, Rob. There are all the details.
Because it does make me think about the foods that I actually really want to try.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to think of like all the places that have had like the best meals and what I got out of them.
Yeah.
You know when you think of something like, oh, if I could go to a really expensive restaurant, you're like, where would I go? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
But
again, I
Amy
got
was like,
depressed. I was like, oh my god.
McDonald's.
I was trying to think of all the places that I went to, and all the fancy restaurants, but you know when you're put on the spot, you're like, I actually don't think I've ever been to any restaurant ever. That's what my brain was like, no. Yeah. Seriously.
Live out, bleeding Uber Eats we do.
I think I know the next one. Is it? Yeah. Right. So if you are stuck on an island, you can't leave the island. That's not an option because that's what Niamh to say. I'll just leave. 3 things. What are you bringing?
So first of all, I've had this question before and I know my answer. I bring the iPad because it's a mix of my phone and me laptop. And if I can
That's so funny.
yeah, I bring the iPad.
When we ask Ryan, this is gonna say technology.
Sometimes
Yeah, so my iPad for sure. And then maybe like a notepad or like something like that. Like a notebook that I can actually write. I know I'll probably run out of pages after about 2 weeks, but
Do you know writing on your iPad though?
that's actually true, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to think about these things now. You could bring something else because you can use your notes on your iPad.
That's true. So I'd bring my iPad. So what's the water situation? Do I have water anyways, or am I bringing like
You need to filter where you're on an island somewhere. It's not drinkable.
probably bring a Brita water filter or
Yeah,
some sort of.
That's actually a good answer. A water filter.
That's what I said, and you said that's right.
I did say that. Maybe you'd be dead in 2 weeks, a week even.
Name's like, I'll bring a boat and a paddle and I'll sail away. I'm like, that's you can't do it. I guess like keyword stuck on the island.
Yeah, but I'd try. I could try get away. That was the second thing, Ryan. What was your third?
Yeah, definitely a water filter. And I would probably. Can you bring people?
Yeah, if you want to, anything, but they're stuck with you.
I'd probably bring Roberts.
But
like if the island's big enough, then we can like have our space.
Yeah, but that's cute though. I never even thought of having.
I don't think we said on.
Like he'd be using up my resources.
Yeah, that's what we were like. No, I don't want to share me stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, there are my 3 answers. I had to think about the last one, to be honest. The iPad is a great one, I think, because yeah, you're right. You can have a notepad and you have all your best. I don't have any Wi-Fi. That's a shit one, but
that's the thing though. And what if it goes dead? Where are you gonna plug it in?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, watch your big reels.
Yeah, literally. I bring a solar panel.
So that's a good idea. You were bleeding whacking good ideas out of it with your water filter and fucking solar panel. Never even thought of a solar panel.
Don't ask me where I'm getting all of these things, but
no, but if someone was like, we're gonna stick you on an island, you can't get off it, but we'll give you these 3 things. It's like, you know, like I'm a celeb where they can bring like one thing and some of them bring like fucking mascara or something.
Things, so.
I'm actually photographing your family. Like, what's the point in that? How is that practical?
What am I going to do with that?
Like,
I have any memory.
2 weeks. Aren't they? Like
I know it's longer. It's like 3 weeks, is it?
Yeah, it's like a month or something like that. But like, I don't understand why they bring like if anything, bring something they're actually going to use and that's practical and that's going to make you want to survive. Like,
yeah,
what's the photograph going to do?
Like, put it this way, we're in quarantine. Most of us haven't seen our families in like nearly a year and a half. So bring the fucking photo of them now. Is I'm going to do it. Like,
yeah, seriously, what's going to do?
No, do you know what I mean?
What's the next one? I'm as blind as you. All right. Would you rather go see a movie alone or eat dinner alone?
I'd go to a restaurant on your own.
I feel like I'd rather go see a movie by myself because I am very one of those people that like, even though I don't really care about what kind of like I don't really care like going anywhere by myself. It's just like I don't want to be like at a restaurant and then everyone's with all their friends and I'm looking around like a fucking spare tick. At least if I'm in the movies, then like it's dark, no one really cares. And like people go to I feel like going to the movies by yourself is kind of a thing. I don't really think restaurants by yourself.
Yeah. I went like once or twice here. I was just out and I was like, oh, that's on now. I just popped in. It was so random. But it's the first time I ever did. It was like sometime last year when they were open. Yeah. I was like, well, it was actually kind of like real peaceful or something.
Yeah. I think it also depends. So like if you're talking about like a real nice restaurant where like it's everyone's seated and everyone's like, you know, you have a waiter and all, then I probably wouldn't do that. But like if it's like KFC or something, or if it's like a burger,
that's different.
Then I'll go. But like my answer to that would probably be a movie because you're in the dark and no one really kind of is looking at you.
No one knows you're on your own, really. Stay at the very back.
Yeah, popcorn for
I could be a movie reviewer for all day now. So
yeah,
exactly.
I could be a food reviewer.
Around, I think that I'm like that's a movie review.
Yeah, no, I feel like every time I see that, I see someone by themselves in the movies, I think the same thing. I'm like, definitely. I'm like, I don't know, blog to you or something.
Yeah. That's what I never thought of that. I never thought of how movie reviewers actually review movies. They
just illegally stream it.
Write a fake review. So what's the next one?
I literally, she has the smallest notepad bleeding typing in the world.
Well, I can't change. Oh, I don't think I can change it. What would you? Oh yeah. Would you rather say everything that's on your mind or never speak again?
I already say what's on my mind. I'd rather say everything that's on my mind. Imagine coming across someone that was real rude or was like being like an asshole, or even just someone that was insulting you or just being a prick. Imagine just not being able to say anything.
Oh yeah,
but you can be
end up punching the head off them.
Oh yeah, you would. You would.
I think I'd rather. I don't know. I actually don't know. I feel like that's kind of a hard one.
I think you. But see, Amy's very like.
I'm a ball of anxiety.
I hate talking.
Yeah, like if I couldn't actually speak out loud and like say anything, then you'd be in bed and you'd go nuts. I'd rather say like all the worst things than literally have like my own voice in my head.
Like hate me for my honesty, then like me for my silence. Like
my head goes straight to imagine going up to someone being like, oh my god, and you think, oh Jesus, what are they wearing? And you just say to them, Jesus, what are you wearing? That's where I go away. I'm like, imagine like everything you think you say out loud, or like the size.
But then it comes in the conversation, would you prefer to be selfish and be that person that is nasty to everyone, like by default, or would you prefer to be the person that's constantly talking to yourself in your head and you always have this voice inside your head you actually can't speak out loud? You'd end up going crazy.
I'd go mad. I couldn't.
Yeah, like in the moment, I'd probably regret saying I'd never want to speak again, because I feel like you could learn sign language, have a notebook on your iPad to write down like, hi.
No, but I think that question means like no communication. Like,
no, it says never speak again.
Yeah, I take it as not communicating.
Someone says, when I take it as that, because that's
you just have to live alone on your island with your tree.
You'd be right in front of face on the Britfield or like a fucking castaway. Right?
So I never speak to you again, and you are just telling me everything about me that you think straight away. That's
yeah.
Right.
I do that anyway.
That is true. Right, the next one. Would you rather have an undo button or a copy and paste button in real life? Never expires.
So for what though?
And you're walking down the road, miss your bus, or you drop something, undo, you don't drop it, or you try something new. Like if you have an undo button, you'll never be afraid of trying things, because if it doesn't work out,
I feel
undo.
I feel like I would rather do copy and paste. The only reason is because I feel like I'm always in this like mindset of like, I don't really like to regret things. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to like, and I hate that no regrets, fucking dappy fucking from Endo. But no, seriously, I don't like to look back and be like, oh, I totally regret doing that. I'd rather have a copy and paste, because if I, let's just say, have a day that I love and I think it's just like the best day ever and you want to relive it again, I'd rather have like loads of good memories and be able to replay the good memories than delete all the things that I regret, because who gives a fuck about what you regret? Like, it's not really that big of a deal. It happened. Do you know what I mean? It's like
move on from it. Like
that's such a like look at the copy
the copy and paste, and that's actually a good way of looking at it. I can't remember what we said for it.
I can't remember, but I was like, oh, copy and paste money.
Yeah. Oh, like when you said copy and paste, I instantly went to like copy and paste like moments or like memories.
Yeah, that's good.
But like I could, I definitely copy and paste money. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Copy and paste a load of condoms as well.
Condoms.
Yeah.
That's a great way of thinking about that. I didn't think like that about it.
I think I said undo button. I think so. I was like, I can get real anxious doing something like for the first time. Whereas like if I have an undo button and it goes horribly wrong, I can undo it. I think that's what I said.
Yeah, but think of all the times that you can redo with copy and paste.
I suppose, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about all the times that you don't want to happen, as opposed to thinking of the times that you actually could completely repeat all the time.
You're so wise, Ryan. You're so wise.
So wise, Ryan.
I don't think I am, but thank you.
That's a great way of thinking of it. That's a real positive way of thinking of it.
Yeah.
Amy went to money straight away. She copy paste money.
Well, it is a very valid argument. Like, I mean, I definitely copy and paste money if I had the chance.
Yeah.
That's cool. Next one is, right, your only mode of transport. Would you rather it be a giraffe or a donkey?
That is probably the most random question anyone's ever asked me. A giraffe or a donkey? Do you know what? I'd probably say a donkey, because have you ever seen a giraffe fight?
No.
Right, if anyone's listening to this and you assume this, as soon as this is over, look up giraffes having fights. So I'd rather a donkey, just because donkeys are like kind of like horses in a way. They just walk.
They're known for it.
Yeah, but giraffes, if I was on the back of a giraffe and two giraffes started scrapping each other, I'd be dead. So basically, giraffes fight with their necks. So when two giraffes come beside each other, they square up to each other and then they start swinging their necks and hitting each other. Do you know what? While I'm here, I'm actually going to show you a video.
Oh my god!
Like kicking the shins off each other.
Yeah, I thought they just used their hooves or something.
No, they literally swing their necks at each other. Look, I'm actually going to find a video just while we're here.
Oh my god! I did not know that. I think we said giraffe just for like the shits and giggles. Like I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
like
obsessed
imagine
with
prancing
giraffes.
down the road in the back of a giraffe.
Yeah, but like a donkey is way more practical.
I'm gonna see it here. Look, wait, see them. They start swinging the head off each other. Watch.
Oh!
What's it been on the back of that giraffe?
Oh, are they real giraffe? That looks like CGI.
No, it's
It
full
looks like,
real. Like
you know them things that are outside, like
Oh my god! What the hell? They
like a
look
car
like
auto. You know the car auto dealer things that like are. Like,
that's literally what I was going to say. It reminds me then that they're just like
the things I used to say. They reminded me of Rob. Them blowy up things. Remember when he's dancing on a night out?
that's literally the way he dances. Yeah, he swings.
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh my god! They look like frubes.
Yeah, no, seriously, I would definitely. That's not an animal that I'd be like. I'd like to be on the back of during a fucking.
No, I'd go donkey. We said giraffe earlier.
Yeah, I
Actually,
did say giraffe.
100% donkeys.
Donkey.
Imagine
Yeah,
that you
donkey.
was going down the road in a giraffe and you just starting that, like swinging at each other.
Looking at each other.
Seriously.
Oh my god!
No, I never even knew that. I was just thought they just.
I
like,
just
kick
thought
each
you were
other.
the most placid animals in the world.
Yeah, I never even
Oh.
imagined them actually
You,
scrapping.
but you don't like. I remember the first time that I saw that video. I was like, "That's 100% fake." And I think like Dave Attenborough or one of those like kind of National Geographic shows had a clip of it, and I was like, "This is actually real." Like they actually, so they'll do that until one of them falls over and dies.
What?
Yeah, so they'll fight each other to a point where like they'll just swing each other's necks, and then one will fall. Like they'll eventually, obviously, like either break their necks or fall over and just not be able to go back up. I know, it's so sad.
Oh my god! I
So
love
sad.
it. It is, but kind of funny.
It is kind of funny when you look at it, like they're full blown, like they're literally like what are them yolks? I can't think of the name of them. They'll come back to me.
What? Oh.
Like imagine swinging your neck around so much you broke your own neck.
I'm just picturing us.
Like the shapes, there was some young ones. I'm surprised you haven't broke their necks yet. Fucking flipping their necks everywhere.
Oh Jesus, that was funny.
That was brilliant.
I
I
know.
never thought that. Every day is a school day.
Seriously?
On the theme of scrapping, would you rather live through the events of Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings?
So
Have you watched them? I suppose.
You think Game of
That-
Thrones?
I've seen Game of Thrones. I was a big Game of Thrones fan. But I've seen like one Lord of the Rings, so I kind of get the kind of gist of what the situation is.
Very much so.
But if I was to live, oh god, I'd probably say Game of Thrones because like them dragons are great.
Yeah,
I know. I say Game of Thrones as well.
Imagine being on like getting on the dragon going to work.
Pulling up outside someone's here.
Yeah,
Literally.
I think we said Game of Thrones as well.
We said Game of Thrones as well.
Yeah, and I definitely want to do Khaleesi's hair. Like that
Oh,
long blonde
yeah.
hair. Unreal.
Real.
Hair was like the best thing ever. I was obsessed with it. I was like, should I dye my hair that colour? And I
What
was
about the
like,
White
you're not
Walkers, Ryan? Would you not do their hair?
No, they're scaldy.
Scaldy. What did you think of the ending actually of Game of Thrones?
So right, so I came from a place from right. So season 8 was released. They said that they were gonna, the final season, all that, whatever. So when that happened, Robert was like, right, Ryan, we're gonna watch Game of Thrones and you're gonna love it. Like we're gonna do a marathon. So about 2 months before season 8 aired, we binge watched from season 1 to season 7. So I was fresh, like I literally finished season 7 and season 8 started. So I came from a place of like being on the roll of Game of Thrones anyways. So I know for a lot of big fans that were waiting like 2 years for the last season, they were waiting around, and they were like, obviously when you're waiting around that long, you want something that's epic and big and like mind blowing. So for a lot of people, understandably, weren't actually happy about it because I'd waited so long and the storyline just wasn't obviously up to par. But because I was so excited and I had so much all the storyline was fresh in my brain. Exactly. I didn't mind it as much. Now, does that mean that I think it was the best ending ever? Definitely not. I feel like it was all kind of rushed over the last three episodes. I was like, oh, here, too much is happening, like way too much is happening here. But like it is what it is. But like I definitely enjoyed it. Like it was fine, but I wasn't blown away. But so many people were like devoted over it. Like people wanted it to be like re-recorded, people wanted it to be rewritten. Like I was looking at tweets and I saw so many articles of people being like, yeah, like we're not happy with it. Like they were petitioning for people to actually rewrite the ending. Are you for real? Like these people have to put their blood, sweat, and tears into this storyline, and they're so rude to be like, yeah, it's shite, write it again.
Yeah, like I think any ending they done nobody, like someone wouldn't have been happy.
Yeah.
Like it's impossible to like make everyone happy finishing a series or something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely no.
That was like me. I think I started it when season 5 was like over, so I was waiting on like season 6. But like that one night, I just started watching it, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel. And then I got back into it because I just kept wanting to know what happened next. Because every episode ended with like someone falling out of a bleeding building or being stabbed, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was kind of similar to you, where I was like, I was just on the roll of catching up with it, waiting for the seasons, whatever. So when it came, I was like, oh, it wasn't bad. Like, but then when I thought about it, I was like, oh my god, so like. The whole show built up to the fight with the White Walkers, whatever, and the whole time you're once trying to get to our bleeding throne. Then it all happens in 10 seconds.
Literally. Like
I think that was the worst part, like how fast it went through. But I was happy with certain things. Like I was like, oh, I don't mind if certain people die, because they killed off main characters all the time. If people thought everyone was going to stay alive and Khaleesi, with spoiler alert, was going to actually sit on the throne, they weren't right the head anyways.
That's the obvious ending. And I feel like for a lot of people, they because Game of Thrones was so big, obviously it's like one of the biggest shows, probably the biggest show ever made. So there were so many people that watched this, so there's so many different types of expectations and opinions, so you're never going to please everybody. And especially for something that has a book as well, like people read the books and they draw their own conclusions when they finish the book. So when you have this like storyline that you wrapped up yourself in your head that doesn't get met, it's just, you're so disappointed then.
No, definitely. That's why I think everyone just felt like it was rushed, because obviously they had Star Wars lined up, and then that didn't happen, and then people ran amok. They're like, oh, they're not even doing it now. Maybe they'll rewrite Game of Thrones, but that's not happening. Like they're done with the show. Yeah. But there's a prequel coming out next year, I think.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, didn't they just film, like they just finished it?
I think so. Like 3 times in the cast, and there was meant to be like all different versions. But I think this was pretty set.
Yeah, it's like times before the Game of Thrones that we've seen.
Yeah, like 300 years or something. I think it's like the origins of the Targaryen land or whatever it is, but it's mainly about them. But it's like a couple of 100 years before.
I think I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it.
What else am I doing? We're still in the bleeding lockdown by the time it comes out.
Seriously, I need like more things to watch. Me and Robert actually recently started to watch Hell's Kitchen. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Oh yeah, I used to watch
like Hell's Kitchen. You do? All right, so like I actually can't believe how much that he gets away with screaming in their faces like that. Like he fully calls them fat.
Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I started on season E, and it was the one where you want Sabrina and Raj, and like he fully calls them like fat bastards, and like calls them up and humiliates them in front of absolutely everyone. I'm like, if I was on that show, I would literally be sobbing, because I hate when people shout at me. Like I hate giving or I hate when like I do something and someone starts screaming at me. I will fully start crying. Like I'll actually sob. So if I was on that show, I'd make a show of myself. I'd be crying into your bleeding.
With some eggs and crying into them.
That would be me. I wouldn't survive that show.
I don't know. But like sometimes you just see him even talking to the customers like that. And it's like how did you even get there? Like
if they come up to like the
to come and say, oh, I'm waiting 20 minutes. He's like, well, wait some more. What are you telling me for? And all.
Oh, that is kind of rude. Like imagine being in fucking, I don't know, any restaurant here, like Cactus Club or something like that, and being like, oh, my food's taking ages, I'm gonna walk up to the kitchen. You'd be kicked out.
Yeah, they'd laugh in your face. They'd be spitting in your food. I wouldn't say it, because I'd be afraid what they do to me food.
Yeah, no, say nothing, it's fab.
Like burger, patty between the arse cheeks on a bun, like.
Wipe me hole with your cheese.
Cheesy hole.
Oh god.
But we haven't got this one, we were saying earlier, but if you could have legs for arms or arms for legs, what would you pick?
So I need to actually like think about that one, because it's like a tongue twister. So legs for arms. So my hands would be feet, and my feet would be hands.
Yeah, so you have 4 sets of legs or 4 sets of hands.
Well, see, that's a hard question for me.
Is
it like, would you? Yeah, so I don't know, because that's a hard question for me, because these are the money makers here. Like without these, I can't do hair with my feet. Imagine me doing a belly like a blow with my feet.
Here you'd have no clients, hon.
So hands for legs.
So it's basically almost like being a monkey, because they have thumbs on their feet.
Yeah, so I'd have hands on my feet, I think. Because monkeys like walk, basically their feet are so like they're so like hands, because they actually have thumbs like on their feet.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. I will try like answer the question like outside of the perspective of a hairstylist because that's impossible. Um, oh God, I don't think I could actually look at my feet all day if they were on my hands, so I'd probably do the opposite.
Really?
Oh my God, imagine sitting on your chair and like something's real far away and you can just put your foot, well, not your leg, your other arm out, just grab it.
No, I have a foot like kind of a foot phobia, anyways, which I am getting better with. I'm working on it, but I hate these so much. Like, imagine having to like, oh no, I can't. No, I couldn't. Imagine having to cook food with your feet.
Hands would be your feet, so actually wouldn't be that bad because you wouldn't have feet.
Right, your feet. Yeah, your feet wouldn't
I
touch
have
the
legs
ground.
for arms. He's saying like you have like 2 feet.
I couldn't have legs for arms. I couldn't have my feet looking at my feet and me where days are.
Imagine trying to paint your nails with your
Stop.
toes.
No.
No. No.
Oh no, that's a sick one. That's a sick one.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Yeah, the more you think about it, the weirder it gets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
I mean, it seems like an easy question, but you're like, actually, no, there's all these things that I have to do in daily life with my feet. Fuck that.
Yeah,
no.
plus, and you use your hands so much, like your job relies on your hands as well. Like,
Yeah, if I lose my hands, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I have to become a
Really?
receptionist.
you'd be like Christy Brown, like.
Oh my God.
But he painted and all with his feet. I'm not slagging him. I'm just saying he adapted.
Good gay.
respect the hustle.
Respect though.
Oh, we're gonna get cancelled. Stop.
Be fine, be fine. Right, we have some Spitfire. They're literally just this or that kind of thing, right?
You ready?
So like as quick as you can.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
City or countryside?
See.
It's meant to be fast, Ryan. You're talking. You're answering.
Right.
Right. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
These are Spitfire. You're not meant to think, you know. We're trying to. We need to,
Countdown.
you're not
please,
supposed to
crack
think
on.
it up. We're just supposed to answer wherever you feel.
Okay.
Right? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Ice cream or cake?
Cake.
Beach or pool?
Hill.
Beyonce or Kylie Minogue?
Beyonce. Obviously.
Christmas or Halloween?
Halloween.
Dublin or Toronto?
Toronto.
Woo!
Oh, there you go.
Actually, you answered a lot of them like really similar to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to think now. I actually the whole pizza, the cake or ice cream one is debatable because sometimes I love cake and sometimes I'm like I
Yeah.
love McFlurry or something.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Right, I'm gonna add one in, right? Beyonce or Dua Lipa?
Beyonce, always. That's like Beyonce will always be my answer.
Beyonce.
Because I had Beyonce or Dua Lipa. I was like, I feel like I know, like Niamh had mentioned that you love Beyonce. And I was like, I've definitely seen like Dua Lipa songs on your story and stuff. She's like,
Yeah,
no,
no,
check
I love
Kylie
Dua
Minogue.
I do love Dua Lipa. I love Kylie Minogue, but Beyonce will be the number one always.
Yeah.
Number one.
I was like,
number one.
nothing will defeat Beyonce in Ryan's eyes. He's a diehard number one fan.
Yeah,
She is
absolutely.
queen.
Well, you have a tattoo, don't you? That's like
I
Beyonce.
actually embarrassingly have 3 Beyonce tattoos.
So, do you? What are you?
I do. So I have this one here. I don't know if you can see. It's sorry, I'll bring the thing down. This is it here. So when she did her Formation World Tour, this was the lotus flower that she had coming out of her mouth, and then there's a little lemon for the Lemonade album, and then the triangles are just for show. And then she also has this is the most embarrassing of all actually. So
No,
what?
then no judgment. We don't judge here.
Right, good. Because Beyonce actually has this on her finger as well. And look, what does it look like to you?
An N.
That's what everyone says, but it's not. It's meant to be an IV. But I remember, right, so I'll tell you the story. So I went in one day into town and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm just going to get 2 tattoos. Just, why not? And I went in and I was like, I want to get like the Roman numerals IV on my finger because it's number 4. Beyonce's number is 4. She has it on her finger. I just thought it was great. Now, bearing in mind, this is like years ago, so I wouldn't do it now. I had a couple of removal sessions on it, so it's kind of fading away. But anyways, he does it, and I think I'm massive getting me Beyonce tattoo sitting there. And I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's very fucking big, first of all. And second of all, that looks like an N. And he was like, oh, I said it to him, I was like, it kind of looks, can you space, like, is it possible to kind of like make it look more like IV and not like an N? And he was like, yeah, I can, but I have to make it bigger. I was like, forget about it, it's grand. So now I have to walk around with an N on my finger. And it's a joke. And then I have another one. I have this one here. it's EXO, but like it's like one of our songs. It's
Oh,
actually I genuinely cringe at myself when I talk about it.
Why?
I don't know. It's just, as I said, I don't really regret it because at the time
It's what you want.
I really wanted it. Like I literally thought it was massive going around, but it's just like cringe. Or like Scarlet, like EXO. It doesn't even look like an EXO first of all. This doesn't even look like an IV. The other one, I like this one. I really like this one.
But like they're not mad obvious. Like it's not as if you got like a big face portrait on your back. Like
God, no. Imagine.
No.
do you know, like you see some of them like tattoo disasters, and they have like Miley Cyrus, like all like these different portraits. I remember there was a program on before, and it was like Miley Cyrus's biggest fan, and this like 60-year-old man had like all different portraits of Miley Cyrus all over his back and all. Like
I've seen some of them before where it's like someone gets a photograph of their kids on their back, and when you look at it, I'm like, that looks like an alien. That does not look like a child. It doesn't look like a human. And they'll have like the side by side of like the tattoo and the photo, and I'm like, that's deformed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tattoos like your man out of Goonies. Hey, you guys.
Literally, that's what they look like. I would be devastated. I'd sue the tattoo company.
Oh, same.
100%.
Like, you're removing it and I'm not paying you.
Because portraits can be so hit and miss. Like
I don't think I'd ever get one for that risk alone. Like, never.
no.
Imagine.
Portraits are so much. I feel like though, like when people like I get when people get portraits of their like their dead parents and stuff like that, that's okay. When people get portraits of like their fucking parents, their pit bull, yeah, their dogs or something like that. No, seriously, or like celebrities or like their boyfriends or girlfriends, I'm like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Why did you do that to yourself?
Dodge that. No, not into it.
That's too crazy. Did you ever go through a phase? I feel like everyone at one point wanted to get YOLO tattooed onto them when that song came out. That was a big thing. Do you know the way like little trends
yeah.
go, like with tattoos and everyone has a butterfly? I wanted YOLO tattooed on me hand.
I'm actually very happy to say that I was never a YOLO person. Now I was a YOLO, like it was like I never wanted to get a tattoo or anything, but I remember back in like I wouldn't even say Bebo days because like I feel like very early Facebook days. Remember when everyone said like transfer from Bebo to Facebook? And I used to like love Drake, so I used to always have like as me cover photo. No, remember you used to have like your actual photo and then you have a cover photo.
Yeah.
Cover photo. I used to change it like once a week, like when changing my cover photo was a thing. And I used to have ones of like Drake with his fingers up being like, fuck with me, I dare you and all. Like I was some sort of
It's
gangster.
like Biggie and Tupac like quotes and all.
Big, like seriously. And I'd have like I would have like YOLO, and I remember like I'd have remember Blackberries, like back in the Blackberry days.
Oh yeah.
I'd have like on me BBM profile photo would be like Drake, like YOLO, or fucking just random photos with quotes and all on it, like mad hustler bleeding quotes and all. I'm like, who am I? I'm 15. Don't have a job. Grounding at me, ma, for me lunch money. I think I am like.
You got high, man.
Oh,
Seriously.
stop. Oh, stop.
No, I wasn't a YOLO kind of person. For tattoos or anything. No way.
I wanted that at one point, but I'm so glad. Like my mom was so strict. You're not getting a tattoo. You're like 14. You want to get YOLO tattooed on your hand, and I'm just like,
Aren't you glad though?
imagine me going around with YOLO written on my hands. Oh jeez.
Well, it's great now that you're able to remove it. But I remember actually when I was in, it brings back a memory when you were saying that there, Amy. I was in Puerto Rico with my man like years and years ago. Remember, like I think it's such an Irish thing though, isn't it? Like when I say to any of my Canadian friends here, like, oh, we used to go on like holidays to like Gran Canaria like once a year or whatever. They'd be like, oh my god, that's amazing. They got brought on vacation once a year. I'm like, yeah, it was like €300 to be brought. Like it wasn't anything. Like it was like a fucking one of those discount holidays. An all-in-one holiday. Like, but anyway, we were on vacation or holidays or whatever in Puerto Rico, and I remember. There was like a tattoo shop in one of the shopping centers, because when you're in Puerto Rico, it's like the shopping center is like one big huge strip, and you have all the shops and the nightclubs and all in one place. It's like an open air shopping center. So there was a tattoo shop in there that were doing tattoos for dirt cheap, and I went in and I was like, oh, I really want a tattoo and all. And my dad was, you know, there's always one parent that's like so for the idea, and then there's a parent that's like so against it. My dad was all for me getting a tattoo, so my dad brought me down. And I was like, I want to get a music tattoo, right? And I wanted to get like music science, like music, like notes.
Swirly thing.
Yeah. So I was begging, I begged me, man. She goes, right, well, I literally wouldn't get out of her ear. And I'd say she just said, yeah, just to get me off her bleeding neck, because she was in the pub trying to have drinks with her friends, and I'm like in her ear, man, can I get a tattoo? So she eventually was like, you go down with your dad and he'll supervise you, right? And let him draw the tattoo and bring it back and let me see what it's like. and I'll think about it. So I was delighted thinking I was running down getting a tattoo, right? I ran down, goes, I want the music sign, and I want all the lines and whatever. So I'm not even joking, right? From here where my elbow is, all the way to my wrist, he had these big, huge, like little like swirls, right? And big black music signs, literally the size of the width of my arm, all up and down my arm. It was huge. It was like almost like a sleeve. And I was literally 14. So your man draws it on, and I'm literally nearly crying because I'm so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying for it. I can't wait. And all. And your man quotes me €75. €75 for a sleeve, literally.
Oh my God.
So I run down to the pub to my ma, and she literally nearly pissed herself laughing at me. She goes, you are bollocks getting that tattoo. I don't care if it's free. I don't care if they pay me to let you get that tattoo. I'm not getting it. I cried the pub down. Literally, I was sobbing because my mum wouldn't let me get a tattoo. And now I look back at her, I'm like, oh,
thank God.
Seriously, I'm just so grateful that she didn't let me do it, because I'd have been deviled.
No, mothers know best.
Yeah. Like, imagine how you feel about your tattoo now that you're not happy with. That would literally be times 100 if you had a sleeve.
I know.
Of all them music notes. Oh my God. Bless.
That shit. No way. I'm so happy that I didn't do it. But you should have seen this tattoo. I can't actually explain how hideous it was. It was rotten. And at the time, I thought it was massive.
But when you have an idea in your head and you're like, I really want it, like you don't even care that much. Like you're like, no, I just want it. Like I don't really care.
The excitement of potentially actually getting a tattoo. He could have drawn and on you, like that's.
He could have drawn Tweety board on your arm, and I think you still would have been like, oh look.
It looks deadly.
So I cried. I think I cried that much, and I begged my mum that much, so she ended up letting me just get me lip pierced.
You'll go home with some.
Literally.
I can literally imagine Debbie just being like, Ryan, get the boat.
Yeah, no, she was literally like, fuck off.
She was all laughing in your face.
Seriously. I was thrilled with me lip piercing though in the end.
Do you still have it? Like, or did the hole just like clear up?
I still have a little mark on my face. Like if you look closely, there's like a little dent, but the hole is completely cleared up.
I always wanted to get my lips done, but I'm too afraid needles to get them.
And I think like, I used to bleed and bite out of it, and I'll flip it upside down thinking I was massive. Talking to anyone, be like, literally biting the lip off, and then it would chip me teeth then, because there's like a lump of metal. Yeah, so I had to take it out. It was rotten.
Yeah.
I used to have loads of piercings. I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to have my nipple pierced, I had my lip pierced, I had underneath my tongue pierced, I had my nose pierced, I had a big bar in my ear, I had inside of my ear, I had this little crook, like whatever it was, pierced, had my ears. I used to have about 8 piercings. I was going around like an emo. Like,
did you have them all at once?
There was a stage where I had them all at once, but it was only for like a month or two.
Oh my God!
I don't remember you like that. Yeah. I remember the bar in the ear.
Yeah, I actually remember the night I got that bar, and it was obviously so sore because it was like it's a full blown bar, like a big bar going through.
It's like going through the cartilage, though, isn't it? In your
cartilage of one side and coming out the other. So essentially, it's 2 big huge persons. And I remember that night, I went out and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go out, shout off my new bleeding ear person," right, thinking I was deadly. So I went out, and I remember some girl gave me a hug and walloped off it. And I just started gushing in the middle of the nightclub. So I didn't know. I just felt the pain. And obviously, after a few drinks, I was like, whatever. Like, didn't feel it. There was blood trickling down my neck. And I say people are like, look at this psychopath walking around gushing. I had to go home. I literally wouldn't stop bleeding, because then that I knew like it was bleeding, then I could feel the pain. I was like, oh my God. I had to go home. It took just to heal us all. I kept getting like bubbles and all on it.
Yeah, but that's a common thing with the top piercings. It's like the growth, isn't it? Like some people get bumps on their ears and stuff.
Yeah, I used to get like little lumps. They were like little peas or something like that, or like little pimples almost that had come up.
Yeah.
I've seen them on people's ears, like when they let them close up and stuff, or they get them to close, like take them out when they start getting like, it's like the way the cartilage or something like changes.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's so weird. The fact that like just persons in general now, like when I think back on them, are mad. Like it's so weird that you have a culture of like putting lumps of metal through your body. Like what? Who's that? Like I know I'm not educated enough on it, but I see a lot. It's like you see in like a lot of African tribes, they stretch their ears and they wear lots of jewelry out of their skin. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's where it originated, but like who thought? Yeah, let's start like lumping a load of metal into my face and call it a life. It's mad. That's crazy. I always see people, well, I don't always see people. I've seen people where like they stretch their cheek. I'm like, how do you Like you take a drag of a cigarette and then it just blows out the other side. That's what's the point?
Yeah, but like imagine having a drink of water.
That's crazy to me. I don't get it.
How do you actually even do that?
I don't know.
It's crazy. Like there's a literal hole in your face. Like that's mad. Imagine the drool on your pillow.
Oh Jesus!
I never even thought of that. Imagine you'd nearly need to change our pillowcase every night.
Like, oh no! I used to want like me 2 cheeks pierced.
Oh, like what were they called? The smiley or something?
Do you remember your one Mutya from the Sugar Babes? She had the top of her lip piercing.
Yeah. Oh my
I would call it
god.
the Mutya. What a mad name, by the way, Mutya.
Yeah.
Her actual name.
She still has that piercing, doesn't she?
I think so. I think it's a signature look, yeah. But do you know the Sugar Babes are coming out with new music?
Yeah.
No, like sidetrack.
They're the original girls, so I thought they might have changed one person, but I think they were on like the Graham Norton show ages ago. Or was it someone else? Actually, I could be thinking of a different band.
I don't know. But yeah, I saw on their Twitter that they're coming back and they're bringing out new music. I can't wait. Do you know what? Me and Robert were out on the balcony the other day and I was listening to the Sugar Babes and I just had their essentials on. I'd say they have about 10 unreal songs that everybody.
I used to love the Sugar Babes. Like Push the Button. Push the Button was my jam when they're in the elevator and all.
So good.
Unreal. Them Girls Aloud. I wasn't like controversial, I know, but I wasn't a major Spice Girls fan. I'm still not a Spice Girls fan.
Well, I was because I had 2 older sisters that was like more dear. Like
Yeah. So I listened
Yeah.
to they were listening to like
I feel like because I grew up in a household where like Leanne would be listening, Leanne's my sister would be listening to, she loved Beyonce, so naturally she listened to Destiny Child all the time. So I did as well. She never really listened to a lot of Spice Girls. Well, not while I was around anyways. Even now, like, I know I say this all the time, but like I really don't think Spice Girls are that good.
Me either. Honestly.
I love the Spice Girls. Only their hits, so I don't know any other songs though.
Yeah, I literally know like that 2 hits that used to be on like MTV
Yeah.
all the time.
That's the thing. Like the only 2 songs that I can think of is I can't even think of them now.
If you want to be my lover.
Wanna Be.
Wanna be.
And Spice Up Your Life.
What you really, really want. Is that one?
That's the same
Or
song.
is it, oh, there you go.
Because you have so many,
They sound the
it's
same.
changed so much in the song that it sounds like a different song in a song. Like
Yeah, no, the chorus does sound very different to the main part. But yeah, no, I just feel like they just have like 2 or 3 good songs. Now, that I'm not saying that like they're not iconic or anything like that. Like I do get that they're a sensation and obviously people fucking love them. But I just personal opinion, don't think that that's great.
no, they haven't got as many hits as other girl bands, I think.
Because like if you compare it to like that like Sugar Babes or Girls Aloud, like they seem so underrated. It's like you could say to a Canadian or wherever, oh, the Sugar Babes song, they'd be like, what the fuck's that? But you say it to someone in Ireland or maybe in the UK, they're like, that's literally your childhood, or like growing up, like that's on in the disco, like.
Yeah.
the band disco.
Do you remember the Brand Disco? Oh, fuck's sake, I have so many stories to tell about the Brand Disco. Like, that was great though. Like, I feel like they should bring that back for the kids now.
They
I feel
definitely
like that's
should.
such simple times, like stressing about what you're gonna wear to the big bar and disco. That's
No, and I'd love to look back at what I bleeding used to wear.
Damn, oh Jesus.
Oh, stop.
Flared jeans with like a butterfly diamond on the back and some random t-shirt.
Like little diamonds on the pockets of your jeans and all.
A groovy chick, just
Groovy chick.
Groovy Chick, yeah. I did Groovy Chick bed cover.
I had a purple round with Groovy Chick stickers all over it. And
Oh God, you're a
do you
diehard.
remember the globe cheers they used to have?
I remember.
oh yeah. And they'd have their arms around it, like they'd be the character of the groovy chick, and their arms would be the arms of the cheer. Yeah, I remember the Brand Disco. Oh God, the one story that I tell everyone all the time. It's so fucking funny. So when I was a kid, I don't know, I was just a very emotional child. So I remember when I was standing outside the Brand Disco, because they would sometimes get to a capacity and they would only let someone in if someone left. So you have to wait for someone to leave and you can go in, whatever. And I was waiting outside, and it was around the time when Usher was like real big, and I was obsessed with Usher, like obsessed.
Same.
And was it Usher? Yeah. Sing that song. How does it go?
It's like,
Yeah.
in the club.
Yes, that was the song. So I remember when
random parts.
yeah, I was obsessed with it, right? And they used to always play it in the Barn Disco, and I always loved when they played it because I used to wreck it, and I'd be like, thinking I was massive. So we get to the like front of the queue, and I'm with me euro in my hand. The other way, there's like you had to pay €1 in, and you get a bag of jellies on the way back, on the way out.
I was just people say that, but am I imagining this? Or did the lights used to come on, you'd be handed jelly, like a goodie bag, like as you want to leave?
Yeah, the lights would come on and you'd be giving your jellies and you'd be thinking you're massive on your way home with your bottle of cadet and your bag of jellies.
Thinking it's my night, it's probably about 7 o'clock.
Yeah, seriously.
Because you were like 10.
Yeah, literally. So I remember Yeah by Usher came on and I was still in the queue, but I remember Denise Coombs used to let people in or out. So I remember she used to kind of take the money or whatever. And Yeah by Usher came on and she wouldn't let me in because there's too many people there. And I literally had a tantrum. I was kicking the door down. I was screaming, crying. I was like, me son. I was literally distraught over it. So I ran home. I darted home, right? And I scream and crying to my mom, Denise won't let me in. My song is playing, blah, blah, blah. My mom gets up, here. So she gets up, right? And she runs over to the fucking bar and disco and runs amok. They eventually let me in. And obviously my song is fucking well done. So I went up to the DJ and I was like, will you play Yeah by Usher again? And he was like, yeah, I'll think about it. Like, and I'm like, please, like begging him.
Yeah.
So he plays it again and I lose the rag. I'm wrecking it, right? And remember years ago, you used to form a circle and you'd be like, what would you say?
Be like white chicks and they all start backing up and doing a dance.
Literally.
I
remember all the uncles and the young ones from the flat formed the circle and I was like, we're doing all the moves, thinking I was massive. And then as soon as the song finished, I was like, right, I have no purpose here. I'm going home. I just
my God.
Give me jellies, I'm fucking off here.
No, I was fully devastated that they wouldn't let me. Kicking the door down and all.
Because back then it was like, you remember when your song would come on the radio, you used to record on your phone.
Yeah.
Because there was no way to download the song.
They were the best days. I remember being in the playground in the barn and I'd be like, will you infrared that to me? And you'd have to hold your two phones.
Oh my God.
Before Bluetooth happened, you'd literally hold your two phones together. But sometimes if you had the same phone, you'd have to hold your phone upside down. So you'd be like, is it done? So you'd have to look upside down to make sure that your phone has been.
Oh my God. I remember
They were the days. Remember you'd send like little animated photos and all?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel that
I
old.
know.
This podcast has aged me.
Like you only ever see a music video if you're watching MTV and like there was no rewinding or going backwards, like that was it. You try to record it on your phone if you had a camera at that stage, but like there was no YouTube to see a video drop straight away. You were either like you'd know
laptops are like
Here's a real blast from the past. Do you remember when the song would come on the radio or a song would come on MTV and you'd like record it and your man be like, Ryan, your dinner's ready? You'd be like, yeah man, you have to fucking ruin the song. You'd be fuming because you can't rewind it. You have to wait.
And then you were trying to wait to see would he play it again?
Yeah. She was trying to get a new ringtone because ringtone, like,
yeah,
your ringtone, and it'd be like real muffled, like, yeah.
Well, seriously, you would be recording from the radio, and if your man said or if there was any noise in the background, you'd be fuming.
They'd want to decor.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Like I feel proper old.
Like, kids today will never know the struggle.
No, they'll never.
Now that we're talking about all these, I feel like it's just all these like stories are coming back to surface. But I'll tell you this one very, very fucking funny story. I know you're probably going over time, but there was this one time where my ma went to see a medium. And remember in Ireland, there's a big culture of going to see fortune tellers and mediums.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when anyone loses anybody, you go to a medium a couple of months after just to kind of get through it. Yeah. So I can't remember whether someone passed away or whether my ma was just interested in going to see a medium. So she went, and a part of the package, a part of the price is you get to see the medium, and the medium records that and gives you on a little cassette tape. So so I remember my ma had this deadly radio where you could play cassettes and listen to them or whatever. So she had stored the cassette tape in the radio, and this particular radio had the feature that would allow you to record cassette tapes off the radio. So if a song was playing on the radio, and it was very high tech now.
That's dead. Yeah, that's it.
If a song was playing on the radio and you liked it, you could press record on it. It starts actually writing it onto the cassette. So I opened the yoke and I'm like, oh, massive cassette, like blah blah blah, like thinking I'm deadly. So a fucking song comes on that I like, so I start recording the song, and I'm recording all these songs on this cassette. And my ma goes to listen back to our Poxy fortune teller audio, and she's like, Ryan, what you out there doing to me cassette? And I told her, I was like, oh ma, I thought it was empty. She literally bet me around. She's like, are you for a Poxy? She hadn't even listened to it yet. hadn't even listened back to it yet. So I'm at the recording all these fucking stupid radio songs on this cassette full of like this audio that obviously is like super sentimental to her, and she saw like a medium and we were bringing back all these things, and I poxy record over our medium.
Ryan, how didn't she disown you?
Oh, I ask myself this every time. Every time I talk about memories of when I was a kid, I'm like, how did she not put me up for adoption? Because I was a little bastard.
Oh my God.
No, I didn't know, but
You didn't know, but the fact she hadn't even listened to it.
I didn't even listen back to it yet.
Pure goes to play it for everyone and Usher by yeah. And she's like, what the fuck is that?
What are the spirits telling me? Yeah.
Yeah, what? Oh, stop.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, poor Debbie. You gave her an awful life.
Yeah, fuck off you. I was a great child, but a lot of the times I was.
Just that I was a little bastard. I was a little.
No, I was, but like, generally I was fine. But there was just times where I was just so, I don't know how I got away with it.
Oh, we have some stories at least. That's the fun thing about when you like, I know when you like put someone on the spot, like obviously you're not going to remember, but I think then when you start talking about it, like something sparks like a...
Yeah, no, so it is one of those things where they do just start to flow as soon as you start talking, but I have so many fucking mad stories.
So you loved Usher. That's what we got from the podcast. You used to love Usher. Every time I hear Usher, now I'm going to think of you.
Yeah.
And I hope you do. You could be crying inside the barn disco in my sorrows.
Every time I hear him now, I'll just text you being like, thinking of you.
And anytime I think of an Elzal, I do think of that time. But I was fucking devout.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Poor Debbie bleeding, running over, like kicking the head off someone, saying, let my son in.
Literally cause a murder.
You had to wait 2 minutes, you probably would have been next in anyway. Like at that point, you were at the top of the queue.
Yeah, but it was the song. He had to get in for that song.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I feel like I was just in such panic mode at the time. I was like, oh, I'm going to run home and get me back.
It's because you were probably like, when you have a vision, like, I'm going here tonight, I'm in my best dress, like, I'm getting in here, they're going to play Yeah by Usher, I'm going to do me little moment in a circle, have everyone look at me, and then that's going to be me night. I'm going to get me bag of jellies and fuck off home. But you couldn't even get in to like portray that vision. Like,
I couldn't, and all my friends and I were in there. So like, they were all enjoying the song and I wasn't.
Yeah, that's terrible, isn't
it?
Yeah.
I forgot that they did that.
It was like he was like barred in school, like, or something. Get out of the classroom, like.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap up
here because we literally go all night, Ryan. So
seriously, it's a whole hour already.
I know that flew in, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's so Irish though, isn't it? Bleeding clapping the ears off everyone. But before we go, we have one last question, and then you can tell us about like any seminars you have coming up on your Instagram and stuff, so you can just let everyone know that. But the last question is, in 10 years, what would you like to see yourself doing, or what would you like to see yourself have achieved?
Right.
in just 10 years.
Right. So the thing about 10-year planning and 5-year plan, people ask me this, and I've been asked this before, is like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Now, I can tell you where ideally I'd like to be, but I'm never going to be like, well, I want to be here in 10 years, because 10 years ago, I would have never told you where I am now. And I would have never been able to tell you 5 years ago. If someone had said 5 years ago, where would you want to be in 5 years? The last thing I would have said is living in Toronto, doing what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. So I don't really kind of like to kind of put that in stone too much. But ideally, I would love to be living in a city that I absolutely love. Well, may that be Dublin? Who knows? I don't know. Right now, I don't think so. I'd love to be, traveling around teaching, because I recently set up my own education business. So I'd like that to be, I'd like that to be, successful and known around the hair industry, because I feel like social media education isn't really available too much for hairstylists at the moment. I suppose I just want to be happy in wherever I am, and doing what I love and having just success. I remember like years ago, I used to always like, I want to be like this, that, and the other. I want to be famous and all this shit, but really I just want to be successful and happy. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I was to paint a picture of my life in 10 years, I'd have a fab apartment with fab friends, and I definitely wouldn't look 35. I'd be back with the Botox.
You stop.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a tricky question for me, because I don't want to go around the question and be like, oh well, I don't see myself anywhere in 10 years. But I also want to answer the question as well. But I just want to be happy and successful, and in a really cool city with great brands, and living like I'm 25 still.
That's the vibe. That is the vibe.
That's a great answer though.
Yeah.
Because loads of people would say, oh, I want to be rich and I want to
Yeah.
10-bedroom mansion or whatever.
Married,
Yeah.
6 kids, and
No, because you know what, like people that like answer those questions, yeah, they're great, but like think of what you're gonna have to do in them 10 years to get to that space. That's stressful. Like if I think, yeah, right, in 10 years I want to have a mansion and all this money, you have to think of all the years in between that you're going to have to do, all the things in between that you're going to have to do to get to that stage. That's too stressful for me. I don't want to be thinking about that shit. I want it to happen naturally. I don't want to be like, yeah, in 10 years I'm going to have a mansion, but I'm also forgetting all the shit that I have to do to get that mansion.
Exactly, yeah. Plus you have to live along the way as well. Do you know what I mean, some people get so hyper focused on one thing, like a goal, but then you have to learn to live along the way. Like, do you know what I mean, time is precious.
Yeah.
So, what, geez, that went very deep. Time is precious.
Enjoy the moment.
Well, yeah. So, Ryan, do you want to let anyone know if you have any upcoming seminars with your social media courses?
I will. So I actually have a 2-week course that's on the way. It's on July 11th and July 18th, and it's a 2-part social media course, and it's designed for hairstylists. So if you are a hairstylist, or if you know a hairstylist, or if you have a hairstylist that could benefit from this course, essentially it's a social media from the ground up. So I'll be teaching hairstylists or salon owners, it doesn't have to be a hairstylist, how to use Instagram, how to kind of take photos of their clients, how to write good captions, hashtags, videos, everything, literally everything from the ground up that you need to know in order to have an amazing social media presence, and also how to gain clients from Instagram as well. So I'll be teaching that 2-part course. You can either buy part 1 or part 2, or you can buy both. It depends on what you're looking for. But you can get information on my website. It's sociallyawk.com, and there's a class module on there, or you can follow me on Instagram. It's at socially awkward education, or you can follow me if you want. It's at Colourful Ryan, and I have all the information about the class, and the website is all up there. So let all your hairdresser friends know, and if you are a hairdresser, come join.
Yeah, perfect. And we'll leave all the details in the description down below as well on YouTube. So yeah, Ryan, thanks so much for coming on.
Appreciate
No
it.
worries. Thanks for having me.
Off us and going through loads of fun stories.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Never-
I have plenty more stories, so I feel like we should get some wine soon and go over them. That would be fun.
Definitely, 100%. Because you're like a storybook, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, once you get me going, you can't stop me. And do you know what? It's funny because Robert has to listen to me the whole time.
Yeah.
So anytime I'm with new friends or friends that haven't heard a story that I've told 3 million times, he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I have to listen to this again." But I mean, that's what being in a relationship is all about.
Yeah, Aaron's the same. Like, I say the same story. He's like, for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
like shut up, like. But yeah, we'll leave all your descriptions down below on your pages and all your information, so it's an easy click away if anyone is interested as well. But yeah, Ryan, thanks again for coming on. We appreciate it. And you're our first guest.
I know.
Happy episode 20.
Privilege. Thank you.
So anyone listening or watching, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, put the belly thing on, and yeah.
If you're listening on Spotify, follow. If you're listening on Apple, follow, leave a review. Appreciate it. Your Instagram is the Weird Girls Club. And stay tuned for next week.
Bye.